All right, welcome back. This is Flipped Out and
Steve Jobs.
Steve
Just
Jobs,
kidding. Yeah.
obviously, and Splazzed Out on the Flipped Out channel. This is the Flip Side. So no one's in the chat just yet, but
Oh, one
you
person.
might be checking out. Thanks for joining us, whoever you are. Okay, and just like last week, we're going to probably be repeating this question, Flips Q, as we go through this. But the question is, Flips Q, what is Cobra Kai about? So we'll address that later in the chat, but I just wanted to see what you guys thought. Flips Q, what is Cobra Kai about? I just love the trailer. I saw that today. I've seen it a couple times because the whole reason I even bought YouTube Premium was because of Cobra Kai. I know it's not the greatest movie to watch.
Sure.
Well, a lot of people
Sure.
don't like it. I never liked the reboot with Jaden Smith. Just seemed like just an alternate universe or whatever.
This seems like they were going for a cash grab.
Yeah, cash grab.
Yeah.
Yep. But though some people didn't like it, there are those of us who have been fans all their life, and I can't wait to see how season 2 turns out. And it's cool because now you see Johnny looking sort of like, he's an anti-hero, I guess, but he's also sort of a hero. And it looks like Daniel's looking more like kind of the bad guy or the villain.
The douchebag.
Yeah, the douchebag. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. He just kind of look like a douchebag. I don't know. We'll see. I'm really excited to see it. So Flips Q is, what is Cobra Kai about? So there you go. All right, guys. Look, there's been a whole lot of talk about Captain Marvel and just horrible, ratings, reviews, and I hate to even talk about it, but I guess we have to. It's just been a total mess is what it's been. So I'm going to go over a couple of things with that first. So apparently in one of the ending credit scenes, and I'm going to probably talk about both of them and the Stan Lee cameo in the movie. But in this particular one, Captain Marvel's cat coughs up. I think it's the second. It's either the first or the second of 3. I'm getting mixed understandings, of how many there are in credit scenes. But this one's supposedly either the first or second, but it's not the third for sure. But the cat coughs up a tesseract in the second post-credit scene right on Nick Fury's desk. This is what was his name? In the comics, his name is Chewie. And in they changed the name to
Garfunkel.
Goose.
No, I'm just kidding.
Goose. I don't know what he's talking about. They changed the name to Goose for the movie for whatever reason, in honor of. I read about this. It's in honor of Top Gun. That's right. We said this last week. Anyway, so where's Fury in this? Is what she says. So the cat comes in, hops up on Fury's desk, and she says, "Where's Fury?" I haven't seen the movie yet. Splaz and I are going tomorrow to see Alita Battle Angel, and then we're gonna sneak into Captain
Marvel.
Should be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's getting underwhelming reviews, and obviously, man, I really wanted to save this toward the end. But what's going on, and I'm sure all of you guys know this, I even saw Lethal Lightning put up a stream earlier titled something about the 50,000 reviews that Rotten Tomatoes struck from their record, so to speak. This is embarrassing for themselves. I don't think they think so, but it's a blatant censorship violation. Now, granted, it's a company, so a company can't, a company doesn't have to hold tight to, say, the Constitution. They don't have to follow those rules because it is a company, and within the organization, they make the rules. But it's unfortunate because you can see how their libtard, communist, socialist agenda is being expressed through their actions. They deleted 53,000 reviews.
That's a lot.
Today. Yeah. And so let me get this right. So you only want good reviews. You're not going to accept bad reviews anymore. Okay, so if you don't accept the bad with the good, it's not an honest representation of the way the people feel. Hence, your website means nothing at all. And the articles I read stated things along the lines of, that we're trolls, that they had to delete trolls and their negative reviews and their bad reviews. I don't know. I don't have the article in front of me, but I can tell you who wrote it. It was AV Club. That's right, AV Club. Who else has been in the business of doing this is avfilm.com, comicbook.com, just numerous ones of these garbage tier trash. Hey, T's Phantom Grove, how are you, Toriel? Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
I think the other people in this live stream, because there's two, is us.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It's us three, so you sometimes have to do this, though, the live chat on this particular thing. So, anyway, back to Captain Marvel. Yeah, and I really hate to go over this again. The honest truth is I'm sick to death of it. I want positive things to happen for us all. I want Star Wars to be great again. I want Captain Marvel to be a good movie. It's not, I'm sure of it. And even if it was good, and we will go see that tomorrow, even if it was good, I mean, with what Brie Larson has said, I can't, in good conscience, commit to going to see a movie with her in it.
I think it'll definitely be a fun and entertaining movie, but with what she said, that's just not cool. You can't say stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
I get her view, sort of. I get where she's coming from, but I don't agree with it. And
right.
The way she said it was just really shitty.
Yes, I'm not going to pay for it.
Yeah. It'll still be a fun movie, and it's probably going to be a good addition to the MCU, but not cool.
Yeah, some of the things Brie Larson said. Brie Larson was quoted as saying, "My acting in this movie is my activism," and that the movie is about intersectional feminism. So, I got to thinking about that. I'm not against feminism in its true form, where, like I've said before, I have daughters.
Feminism, final form! Kathleen Kennedy! Alright, I'm done. Sorry.
There's something wrong with you. Okay, in the way that, women deserve respect, and of course, it must be earned, but, there's no reason to discriminate against people for their sexuality, their human sexuality. In any way whatsoever. Same with color of people. Race is not a non-issue to me, and I think, it's obvious that we all kind of support people for being who they are.
I don't. Screw that.
We just don't bring it up. We just don't bring it up in conversation. Like, oh hey, you're a black person, so we think as a group here, why don't you come hang out with the white people because you're black, and you know what? We'll just even bring less white people this time so that you can hang out with us.
Everyone's tweeting at once. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I should have put the do not disturb on, but oops. Then I wouldn't be able to see you guys texting. I'm very tired of Captain Marvel. They need to replace her. T, you are so right. They really do need to replace her. Gosh, though, now she's going to be in Endgame, and that's, I don't know. So anyway, I looked up intersectional feminism, and here, following, is the definition. Intersectional feminism: the complex, cumulative manner in which the effects of different forms of discrimination combine, overlap, or intersect. The layman's version says different kinds of prejudice can be amplified in different ways when put together. So let's say you're a woman, and you're being prejudiced against, or you believe you are. Now let's say that you are a woman, but also a black woman, and gay, or lesbian.
I'm just kidding.
So there's your intersection. There's 3 different prejudices in one. So that's what intersectional feminism again is. So again, let's go over Brie's comments. Brie Larson was quoted as saying, "My acting in this movie is my activism," and that the movie is about intersectional feminism. So I'm curious to see how that is. Obviously, I want to report on that. She has a 9-run movie contract. Oh my God, are you serious, T?
Whoa.
I did not know that.
Well, they probably overestimate, like saying they have to do 9 when really it's just probably like 6. I mean, 6 is a lot. I'm just saying that it's probably overestimated.
Who's the guy that
Just
played
for
Han
safety.
Solo?
On Solo?
In Solo?
Harrison. Oh,
Yeah. Not Anthony and Gruber. We know that. But the other guy.
Something German.
Anyway, that guy, he had a 3-movie contract with Lucasfilm. I suppose he still does. They can opt to use him, but that's terrible news to you. I didn't know that, and I've been scouring. Actually, to be fair, I've done a lot of my work today because I've been working all week, and I'm very proud that I'm working. But it's made it a little harder to see every nook and cranny. So that's a good little bit of information. Thank you. Anyway. In addition to all this Brie Larson and Captain Marvel and, whatever, it's just annoying and I'm sick of it, honestly. I also heard this. This really was something that bothers me. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I want you to know that I do agree that it is a certain dimension of censorship, although it's within a company. And I've worked for some fucked up companies before. People with really strange rules. Like, I worked for a car company once and sold cars for 3 months, mind you. I couldn't do much more than that.
And the manager was on coke the whole time.
Actually, that's true. That's pretty much true. Cheating on his wife and everything, bringing the girls to the dealership. Lots and lots of stuff like that. His wife caught him. There was drama. Anyway, one of the rules they had was no sunglasses on the inside of the dealership, which was crazy because they had the whole front of the store where you're supposed to stand all day was pretty much just blinding sun. So, except for days when it was overcast. And it's just a stupid rule. But let me get back to this part. So, what is going on here is besides all the Brie Larson and Captain Marvel stuff, Google, get this, they own YouTube, okay? Now, many of you have been uploading Captain Marvel videos. You might notice, specifically Entertainment Hacker, you noticed yourself, you texted me and told me, I'm not getting any views. And, well, I found out why. Excuse me. Google, a known proponent of stealing your data and spying on you, also owns YouTube. And also happens to own Android. I don't know if you guys know that. So if you have an Android phone, I don't know if you're gonna like that. But anyway, so if you have a Google phone, also same difference. But Google owns YouTube and are known for stealing your data. According to avclub.com, The Verge reports. I know it's two places, but according to avclub.com, The Verge reported that YouTube has cleverly repurposed the YouTube algorithm to bring up and prioritize authoritative and reputable sources like ABC, CBS, and CNN, and the like.
Shame.
When you search for Captain Marvel on Google or YouTube.
Shame.
So basically, when you're not getting views, it's because you put a Captain Marvel video up, and the algorithm has seen that you've done that, and they're not allowing any good or bad videos to get mass appeal in any way whatsoever. Now, keep in mind, if you have below 100 subs, there may be an issue there. Excuse me, because of just not being higher up in the algorithm. But if you have 1,000 or 2,000 subs, you're going to be feeling like you got around 100 because of this. Now that is also censorship, a dimension of censorship within a company, unfortunately. And at what point do government and constitutional law and rights come into play with companies like this? Because Google is a worldwide company. I mean, it's a worldwide entity. And they have...
Alphabet Incorporated.
What does that have to do with...
Alphabet's the parent company.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Their influence. At what point is their influence going to be felt in a large enough audience? This is the World Wide Web. Google is what? The #1 search engine? You've got Google, Bing, and something called Zoho. At least that's
Yahoo.
what I've read. Oh, Yahoo as well.
Microsoft Edge, which is formerly known as Internet Explorer.
Microsoft Edge? Oh, I haven't even used that since the 90s, so...
It's the new Explorer.
But yeah, you're right. The E on the computer. Yep. PC. Anyway, this is horrible. This is horrible news. They're doing the same thing with Rotten Tomatoes, as you guys know. They're doing the censorship with Google and YouTube. This is a worldwide event. Now, T, you brought up an important point that they've got a nine movie contract with her. Well, that makes sense. They don't want this movie to tank. But then I got to thinking, what if they do? What if they want Star Wars to tank? What if they want, Captain Marvel to do badly? I mean, I can't imagine why. It's baffling to me that they would continue down this road, down this path with this agenda. Someone is going to sue if they can prove it. Let's see. Who else in here?
Didn't say.
I got you. Sue if they can prove what? I'm trying to read that, T. Sorry.
I think he's talking about the Google
the
Android spying.
Oh, yeah.
Or just data spying in general.
The thing about people suing, unfortunately, is that you'd probably need a class action lawsuit, and it would probably have to. They'd probably have to have proof, you know. What's up, PJ?
Yeah, it is spot dealer next time.
Bang! Is that your pot dealer?
Yeah.
Oh, no comment. No comment.
17-year-old / 18-year-old pot dealer, yeah.
Yeah. No, he's not. Shots fired. We were just going over the whole Brie Larson thing. Yeah. So, intersectional feminism.
Well, I'm almost 18. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, good question. Proper Jeremy asked. PJ. Anyway, I've kind of gone on a long time about it. It is frustrating. T's Phantom Grove is in here, and she brought up a good point that Brie Larson has a 9-movie contract. Google is basically stealing our data and limiting the free speech rights of all of us. But unfortunately, they're a company, and it's happening within that said mechanism that their company is. So there's nothing you can do about it, even though they have worldwide reach and worldwide influence. Hey, Soy Base Jeremy, how you doing, dude? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it, man. So Google, a known proponent of stealing your data, is definitely cleverly repurposing the YT algorithm to bring up prioritized authoritative services like ABC, CBS, and CNN, dropping your videos about Captain Marvel to the bottom of the heap on purpose. Multiple outlets are reporting that. So I do have quite a bit more to talk about, but I figured we'd just get that off the top and over with at the beginning, because all of us are reporting on it. It's just so negative and unfortunate. I don't want to hear it. I want to hear good things. I want to hear honest to goodness, solid information about how great the next Star Wars movie is going to be, or how awesome Captain Marvel really was. But it's not there. Anyway.
He said I was a tree? What?
What?
Oh, you talking about the game?
Oh, actually, just so you know, my youngest, what's she go by? What's it? Crunchy? She is in big trouble right now, so she's not in here. So this is Jedi Rider, guys. Make sure you go to his channel and sub him. He plays Star Wars Battlefront 2 often, and this is 2 hours worth of Star Wars Battlefront 2. He's got the new Geonosis, and I think he's using Grievous and Anakin in here as well. I don't know. I haven't watched the full 2 hours, but all right. You guys know about the Rotten Tomatoes stuff. I've already gone over that. Underwhelming, reviews. Rotten Tomatoes deleted 53,000. Blah blah blah. I'm done with that for now. Perhaps we'll get back to that. Flipp's cue at the beginning of the video was, and I'd like anybody in the chat to answer this question: what is Cobra Kai about? I just want to see if you watched the trailer and remember. What is Cobra Kai about? So that's the cue. Just throw it in the chat there. All right. Disney, this is a CNBC article. Disney's streaming service is expected to rival Netflix with 160 million subscribers, says JP Morgan Investment Company. That's 20 million more than Netflix, who is at 139 million, give or take a mil. Disney will pull all of its movies from Netflix in early fall, October, I guess. And October is being looked at for the launch for that. And now they're already saying they expect 160 million 40 million more than Netflix, and I find that interesting. With all the negative responses that they're getting lately on two of the biggest IPs on the planet right now, Star Wars and Marvel, I just, how is it they think that they're gonna get 160 million subs? I'm gonna go ahead and admit something. I plan on subscribing, but it's not because I want to support them. It's not because I want to see everything they're gonna do. But damn it, I want to see The Mandalorian, and I want to see what they're gonna do with the Obi-Wan thing. If they end up being trash, I'll cancel it. I will absolutely cancel it. I hate to say it. I hate to do it. If there was a way to do it for free, I would. But I got to see what those are about. What do you think about that, Splaz?
I wasn't listening. I was reading comments.
What do you think? What do you think about the? What are the comments? What are the comments?
Soyfluenza. So they deal with that. So I had that previously, and yeah, it does kick your arse. And so there's one remedy to fix it. You go to your doctor and you're like, how do I fix soyfluenza? They don't really got a good answer. They say take a flu shot, which doesn't make sense. So what I do is I stop drinking soy, and then I drink whole milk. And that usually gets rid of it.
There you go. Tips for getting rid of the soyfluenza. Straight from Splazzed Out. All right. Well, like I've been saying, like I've been preaching, I absolutely want good news, fun stuff. How in the world can we get there? Well, I've got one word for you.
Penis.
Oh, Angus isn't here, so that's not funny. Okay, Shazam.
Go ahead, Shazam.
You just stole my thunder. Shazam.
Thunder.
Yes, Shazam. It looks great. It looks funny. It looks fun. It looks like a great DC movie. I don't know if you guys think it's going to be good. Looks good to me. But here's a little bit of fact about it. April 5th is the day it comes out. Definitely see this movie. DC is trying to prove Aquaman and Wonder Woman weren't flukes. So this is, I've read this on, oh my God, I didn't have a source for it. Trust me.
Damn it!
Somewhere. But anyway, DC's trying to prove Aquaman and Wonder Woman weren't flukes. It's directed by a guy named David F. Sandberg and written by Henry Gayden. The new trailer dropped just recently, and it's in time to play in front of Captain Marvel. Take that, Captain Marvel. Take that. This is just like when Wonder Woman, the trailer for Wonder Woman came out 2 years ago, and right in front of the latest big MCU movie. And we were all talking about that too. Shazam looks like a lot of fun. What do you think about the trailers? I know you've seen them not recently. Probably you haven't seen the second one.
Captain Marvel?
Shazam Marvel.
Shazam.
Yeah.
I think Shazam looks good, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I like when he saves the bus and then or I guess his name's Billy, but then the other kid, I can't remember his name. He comes over and he's like
Crutches. I'll just call him Crutches.
Crutches. Okay.
Crutches.
He's like, did you see that? I just saved that bus. He's like, yeah. After you caused it to almost wreck and zapped it or something. He goes, yeah, but I saved it. I mean, it's just silly, but it looks fun.
It looks really funny and entertaining. But
Yeah.
it seems like they're really copying from Marvel, just out of the comedy. Because if they had just done Captain Marvel, Shazam, just by themselves, it wouldn't be as funny. It'd be more serious.
Yeah.
But I guess that's a given.
Yeah, it's a given. It looks good though. I like how they in the trailer they have Billy with a Batman playing with the Batman, and they're kind of referencing the rest of the superheroes, which I also find interesting because in that universe, are they saying that not only do they have superheroes like Batman and Superman, but then they also have toys for those superheroes? That's kind of cool.
I guess that would make sense though.
Yeah, I guess it does.
Because there's toys for Obama. He's a great hero. And
America.
they're very unoriginal.
Don't make change, America. America.
DC's being very unoriginal, but still, it's turning out good.
Yeah. Yeah, DC has had a long road, a frustrating road, but they're coming around. They're coming around a little bit. DC is also saying that, yes, Shazam is a kid's flick. And what they're doing is they're putting out 2 movies. One is to appeal to a certain demographic, children. And but they don't go so far as to say anything different than George Lucas said. He's making this movie for kids. Well, obviously it appeals to adults as well. I just watched The Incredibles 2. I'd already seen The Incredibles back in, 2007, something like that. Loved that movie. Loved The Incredibles 2 also. I think I've seen it 2 or 3 times on Netflix in the last 2 weeks. But anyway, it's very similar to that. That's a movie for kids. Shazam is technically like that. But then they're also making a movie, and they said this is called this is going to be for adults, and that movie is called The Joker, which I am mildly interested in.
I saw pictures of the new Joker. I forgot his name.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. His brother, whatever. I saw pictures of him on set. He looks like a good Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the movie's gonna turn out to be, but it looks like they were just trying to copy Heath Ledger's Joker. But it looks cool, and I want to see it. Even though it's again not original, it looks cool.
Well, it might be original.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I'm just wondering, like, how do you feel that they're only making it a solo movie? Like, they're not going to attach it to a Batman movie or anything like that.
Well, they're going to bring that same Joker into a movie, right? Maybe?
Well, they're claiming it. Actually,
so it's a Venom kind of thing.
I did also read elsewhere that they're going to see how well it does. But not just this movie. They're going to see how multiple solo movies go and retain the option to put a universe together, which makes sense, I guess.
They need to get their shit together, just do it right for once. They should have just kept Dark Knight how it was, and then just added to it. Why do you got to reboot it again?
With Christian Bale?
Yeah, if the reason was they didn't do it is because Christian Bale said no, we'll just keep going with Robin, with, what's his name?
Oh, with, oh God, who's that guy that played Robin? He was in that, oh my God, well, whoever he is, man, I can't remember his name. I always do this.
From Looper. It's a guy from Looper.
Yeah, the kid from Looper. Do you guys remember his name?
Have fun with the cough drop and OJ. Have a good night.
Who was that? Soy Based?
Yeah.
All right. Is he leaving?
Yeah.
All right. See you, Soy Based. Jeremy.
Oh, Vicks Vapor Rub. Nice. I put that on my...
oh.
Yeah. Nah.
My God. All right. Yeah, so anyway.
Burns with pleasure.
Oh, Lord. Shazam's a kid flick. Joker is an adult movie. I think that if they want to, they can use it and move on to sort of a universe movie. That's fine if it's good. I think it looks moderately good. I don't know. I hope it's funny. I think Joker needs to have one-liners, but not be so serious as to why so serious? Hey, Rev Kev, what's up, dude? Fist bump. Psh. Thanks, man. Thanks for being here. Just talking about Joker and DC.
I'm glad you think I look like a man.
Joaquin Phoenix.
He said he's a boy in a man's body. If you're talking about me, I'm flattered.
Okay. Sebastian Nocturne. What's up, dude? Ah! Thanks for being here, dude. Yep. I'm going to move on from that, but overall, I hope it's a good movie. The Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, there's really not much to see. We've seen art, a picture, and then that little thing where he's running through the subway, that little snippet of behind the scenes or whatever that was. It looked okay. I'm not a big fan of the, hey Sebastian, I'm not a big fan of the makeup on him, personally. I am spoiled because I think that Heath Ledger's Joker is unbeatable, and also one other Joker who's my favorite, Mark Hamill. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Good voice
absolutely.
actor.
Huh?
Good voice actor.
Great voice actor. Yes. All right. So here's a neat little news segment that I'd like to. Oh, wait. I want to read that. What did Rev kept saying?
Joker movie is an odd choice, but could be good. He's an awesome actor.
He is an awesome actor. He went through a weird period a couple years ago where he was growing his beard out and quitting acting. Kind of went on some road trip to find his life or something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess. It seemed a little off to me, but he was amazing as the Emperor in Gladiator.
Oh, he played him?
movie.
Oh, okay. I was trying to think of a movie that I've actually even seen him in.
Like this.
You know, I remember. I just couldn't remember
yeah.
that was who it was.
Yeah, that's him. Really, really good acting all the way around. But you're gonna need good writing too. God, Ethan. All right, this is a little segment that. Oh my God. Yeah, Gladiator was rad, man. That was so badass, wasn't it? Hey, Rev Kev, I really want to see more of your. Are you a member of the 501st? I want to see more of your Stormtrooper gear. And do you have any clone gear? I've been meaning to ask you this stuff. Just haven't got a chance. I did see you the other day with it on one of your videos. That was pretty awesome, dude.
Side note, fun fact about gladiators. Since they were away from their families, they need to practice to make love, so that once they did come back, they were good at it. And or so they kept up practice, you know, obviously. So they practiced kissing and having sex with each other, men, so they could keep the performance up.
Gotta
So
keep it up.
basically, Gladiator is complete fiction because there's no dudes going at it. All right, spread the word.
Yep. Oh God. You don't want to know the video that he's about to do. I might start a secondary YouTube channel just to post it for you guys. It'll be funny though. It'll be funny. All right, this is called Address. Oh well, I haven't really named it. You guys can come up with a name if you want. So what I'm gonna do weekly is choose a large YouTube channel and also a new up and comer, and I'm gonna talk about them and just kind of address one of their videos. So in this case, I'm going to start with John Talks. So this segment is called Addressing John. And it's in no way bad. It's kind of just a video I watched of his, and I want to go over it.
Quick comment: the video I'm making is not a porno, by the way.
Yeah,
the way he phrased it made it sound like it was really weird.
He's
but
just
it's
doing
not.
something funny, and I might have you guys see that. It's gonna be pretty funny.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Why would you think they thought that?
Because it popped in my head like, oh, he's gonna do a porno, gay porno. He's talking about gay shit, so obviously he's gonna do it.
Nah, it's not gonna be that. But it will be funny. All right, so John Talks recently did a video. He's talking about Brie Larson's speech where she goes on to say 30-30-20 rule, etc., etc. And he says he's referring to too many men of color on the basketball court, how that should be enacted with the 30-30-20 rule. I thought that was hilarious and true. I mean, you know, if you're going to go saying that you need less white dudes in something, then I guess you need less, you know, African Americans playing basketball. You may need less teachers that are female. You know, it was, or how about this? How about this? More Jedi and Sith in our Star Wars movies. Is that reasonable? I think that's a reasonable request. If she wants...
Completely unreasonable.
Damn, I knew it, man. I'm depressed now. Let's see, if she's asking for less white dudes, I would like more Jedi and Sith in my Star Wars. I don't know about you guys, but if we're going to start getting ASCIIs, well, my ASCII is for that.
My
More
ASCII
Jedi
is to
Sith.
see Rey naked. Just kidding.
She's a pretty lady. I think she's a pretty... I think she's had a little bit too much going on in her head with them talking in her ear. Hey, you're a millionaire now. You're with Star Wars. You got to do it this way. If you don't do it this way, you're going to be a weird right person in the Bible Belt with guns. That's weird. I'm weird. But I just think that she's kind of been brainwashed a little bit. Still a pretty lady. I'm not ashamed to admit. Okay, and going on, you've got great... He had a great reference. John Talks had a great reference to Martin Luther King Jr., where he was regarding the content of people's character. John, if you ever see this, man, I really respect you for bringing that up. And also, you had the quote just in your brain. That was pretty awesome. In a long thing like this, I can't imagine memorizing it. But I love what you said, and I actually stand by that myself without preaching. Hey, you know, every damn day that we support these, you know,
Libtards! Just kidding.
We support these anti-feminists and anti-racist, or just racists in general. You know what I'm saying? We support supporting each other. We support just being ourselves, loving one another, you know, and not even bringing up race and etc. etc. So I wanted to tell you that was an amazing job, and yet another reason why we watch you. Yet another reason why we love you, man. So very good job on that. I also wanted to quote MLK. Yes, I can't. I don't have it memorized, but it's a little long. He said also, I refuse, quote, I refuse to accept that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war that the bright daybreak of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word. You know, we are a group of people who did not appreciate someone saying something racist. It's as if because we're white, or because some of us aren't. Some of us are black or gay or whatever, but we still feel the same. There's no reason to bring these things up, especially in that vein where you're excluding someone. You cannot exclude people. It's all about inclusion. You know, you can't go around preaching about exclusivity or inclusivity while preaching about. I never get this right. You just can't be excluding people like that. It's not right. You just need to ask people to come together. You get the idea. Okay, so that's addressing John, and now, or John Talks. This one is called addressing Normalcy Studios. These guys, and I've got a couple more I can mention, but Normalcy Studios have a great video out right now. It's about Superman. You should go to their channel and check them out, sub them, follow them on Twitter. They are hilarious. Oh crap! No, that's not good. Will you check that?
Yeah.
It's gonna be plugged in one of these top ones. Hold on. And here,
Still
can you
got-
get it right there?
Yeah, you
Okay.
still got 20%. Don't freak out.
Well,
bruh.
I freak out because Normalcy Studios. Anyway, they do a great. I'm gonna quote some of this. It's called The Great Kryptonite Experiment. It is hilarious. I don't know if these guys are in film school or what, but they have some great effects. And Superman. All I'm gonna say is a little bit about it. I want to give you spoilers. What are you doing?
Check and see what you're charging. Chill.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, they have this segment in there with kryptonite. You don't want to miss it. There's some pink kryptonite, and I think Superman gets a little gay. So pretty funny. Check that out. I don't want to spoil it, so that's all I'm going to say. Check Normalcy Studios out on YouTube. All right. What is going on with the chat? Let's talk.
Rev Kev is leaving. See you, man.
All right, Rev Kev. Good to have you here, man. Thanks for coming by. Okay.
That's kind of it.
Gotcha.
John Talks, great channel. Yes, Jedi and Sith.
Yes, John's awesome. John's awesome. Ryan, on comicbook.com, I read this. Now, I've got other stuff to go through, guys, so it's not even close to over. I'm just going to go through each of these items. Ryan Johnson throws shade at Captain Marvel's review bombers. I don't know if you guys might have seen this article, but yeah, Ryan Johnson decided to jump in on this whole ridiculous affair of insulting the review bombers, or I hate being called review bombers. Why is it okay for her to insult people, but not okay for us to simply say we don't like a movie? I don't get that. But Ryan Johnson could not hold himself back. He had to say something, and here's what he said. Ryan Johnson throws shade at crap-stained Marvel, claiming on a tweet that when a movie gets review bombed now, it's, quote, pretty much the new certified fresh badge. That's not what it means, you dumbass. What it means is that we don't appreciate the way you speak to us, or the way that the movie is supposed to be an activism thing for intersectional feminism. Just take the politics out of the fucking movie. Please. Just take the politics out of our movies. It doesn't matter what politics Sebastian has, and hey, I see you there, buddy. Of course he did. Somehow Ryan had to be involved, right? And they're calling us trolls, too. It doesn't matter what Sebastian thinks when he's at home, when T's Phantom Grove is elsewhere. We don't get on here and start telling people who they can like and who they should dislike, what they can or can't do. And then, for Ryan Johnson to even chime in on this whole thing, that's pathetic. It's just pathetic.
I'll be right back. Put my phone on the charger.
All right. Yeah, so pretty much the new certified fresh badge, and Rotten Tomatoes did indeed change their protocols in regards to, that's cool, man, unreleased movies. And that's admission if I've ever heard it. Literally on comicbook.com it says, Rotten Tomatoes did indeed change their protocols in regards to unreleased movies. That's admission right there. That's admission. I keep coming back to that. I kind of wrote it through the week, and then at the end of the week today when I got off work, I kind of filled out 2 more pages. But this I wrote earlier, and I kind of keep going back to it because that's what we've all been talking about. So I do want to get out of talking about this, but, it's frustrating. It's maddening, actually. Okay, this is kind of cool. This is we'll separate from that for a minute. This is a guy who is a shareholder with Disney, and he just happened to be at the shareholders meeting, and they had a private meeting as well, or a private part of the meeting that involved only the shareholders. This guy's name is Scott Ladewig, sorry. He's an IT guy who has stock in Disney. He took to Twitter yesterday about some footage he got to see at that meeting. I don't know if you guys have seen this. A bunch of meat bags, to quote HK47. Yep, I haven't seen his video, but that sounds about right. Okay, so Scott Ladewig saw footage, and here's what he's seen. So remember, spoilers ahead. Like it matters, right? Okay. He saw a blockade runner, like the Tantive 4, in an abandoned hangar. An explosion that throws some stormtroopers back. He saw Kylo in a white room looking at the Darth Vader helmet again. I wonder what this whole Darth Vader's helmet thing is all about. Do you guys think that, assuming that it even matters, I want to like Star Wars again. I am a little bit mildly interested in the Darth Vader connection, and also if they bring in Anakin again, I am curious to see what that would look like and what it would matter. And I'm hoping like hell that there's less politics in the movie than there have been. I just don't. I don't know. I want it to be good, guys. I think we all do. I guess we'll just see, but Kylo Ren and his helmet, it's on, it's off. It's on, it's off. It's broken, it's glued together. I don't know if it really matters, but he's in a white room, and he's talking to the helmet. Perhaps that's when we will see Hayden Christensen. I don't know. There is also a rumor that Matt Smith is not actually in Star Wars Episode 9. I don't know how you guys would feel about that. I thought, as a Doctor Who alumni, he'd be, pretty cool choice. And the rumor also originally was that he would possibly play a young Palpatine, which I could see. I've seen some mock-up pictures online with him in them looking like Palpatine. It looks kind of cool. Definitely looks kind of cool. But anyway, there's another picture or piece of video. These are all pieces of video that Scott Ladewig saw. Rey, Finn, and Poe in the Falcon cockpit with a brief shot of Lando. But I was under the impression from other articles I've read that Lando is just getting, or Billy D. Williams is only getting a cameo in the movie. But hey, I'm glad Lando's going to be in it. Let's just hope that they do it right. Rey with Chewie's bowcaster. Finn inside an abandoned ship. I'm assuming the blockade runner, maybe. Rey walking through a desert marketplace with aliens everywhere. Rey doing a somersault high up with a lightsaber. The color was not mentioned. But I don't know, guys. I want Star Wars to be good. I think you guys do too. Hence the reason we're so upset. What would you guys want to see in a Star Wars movie? I mean, they don't want to hear the bad, only what they want to hear. That's right, T. That's true. That's true. It's maddening. Every time I turn YouTube on this week after a long day of work, well, that's not true. I sneak and look while I'm at work. But when I look, it's been just everything so negative. I remember the time before The Force Awakens came out where when you turned it on, when you turned on YouTube, there was lots of cool speculation. It was so amazing and fun. You know, that's how Star Wars Theory got started. People like Thor Skywalker, just a lot of them. It was so fun to watch. Knowing how The Force Awakens went, by the way, wasn't the worst movie. It had a lot of faults. Probably the worst, if that was the only sequel movie I saw, I'd say it's the worst Star Wars of the group. But then we got The Last Jedi. But it fairly enjoyable. I think we all wish it would be better. But Scott Ladewig, that's all his stuff. But about Star Wars. But he also got to see some Endgame video footage, Avengers Endgame, and here is what he saw. Nebula reveals she knows where Thanos is. That sounds awesome. But let me continue. Captain Marvel appears behind her and says, "Let's go kill Thanos." That's a quote. "Let's go kill Thanos." Gosh, guys, the way that all this is going, man, I don't know if I want to see Endgame. I guess I'll find out tomorrow when we go see Alita and then sneak into Captain Marvel. But it's awfully worrisome, you know. Hold on a second here. Hey, you coming back? Come on.
Did you pause it?
No, I can't pause it. He's over there sleeping.
I fell asleep.
You've been up since what, 5? I get that.
Yeah.
So then Captain Marvel explains to the Avengers why she didn't come sooner was because there were planets where the Avengers weren't able to be there and they needed her help. I feel like it's angling toward she is going to be the most powerful Avenger, if an Avenger at all. I don't know. This is so worrisome, guys. First Star Wars and now Marvel. Excuse me. It's sad. It really is. We might get a few extra people in here now that the Senate is over. Maybe not. Endgame footage. That's about it for the Endgame footage. There's the whole thing about Brie Larson with what we're dealing with now, and God, really, I wish I could talk about anything else other than that. As you guys know, Galaxy's Edge opens May 31st. I see you guys. Oh, let me pull up the chat since Splazzed Out's all passed out over there. 1 second. Alright, cool. Alright, T's Fandom Grove says, John Talks, great channel. Yes, Jedi and Sith. Sebastian Nocturne says, of course he did. Somehow Ruin had to be involved to prove trolls. Yep. T's Phantom Grove, we are just people. Sebastian Nocturne, all a bunch of meatbags, to quote HK47. T's Phantom Grove, they don't want to hear the bad, only what they want to hear. T's Phantom Grove, we just want a good movie with no politics. Absolutely. Sebastian Nocturne, 2 IPs down, time to ruin the next. God, what would be the next thing? Do you guys know what would be the next IP that they would ruin? I don't even know what the next one would be, because I guess Terminator? What about Avatar? Avatar comes out in 2020, episode 2, or the sequel to it. We were looking at some of that earlier. Apparently James Cameron is, I don't know if he's involved with it, but he definitely is apparently already filmed the whole thing, and so it's in post-production. But he did sell to Disney, so it will be a Disney movie, Avatar, the sequel. But James Cameron's a great director. I mean, some of his past movies have flopped, but Avatar 2, owned by Disney, but they didn't really film it under the Disney name. They're just going to kind of accept it. So we might not. Actually, they filmed both 2 and 3. I don't think, but only 1 is going to come out December of 2020. That would be the second one. But they filmed them back to back, sort of like they did with Back to the Future, which is pretty cool. I hope it's good. I really liked Avatar. That was a fun movie. We just watched it a couple of weeks ago. It's kind of weird how they got that thing that, you know, kind of connects to the other person's ponytail. And it's all like weird, and I don't know. Me and Splaz had a debate to whether they actually had genitalia. Because I still don't know. I mean, we don't know, right? Don't know. But that's weird. They connect with animals too, you know? So, I don't know. You know? Anyway. Yep. Okay, so Sci-Fi Wire, let's move on a little bit. Matt Smith is reportedly not in Star Wars 9. He said that, quote, as far as I can tell, I'm definitely not, end quote. The reporter who reported on this from Sci-Fi Wire, Emily Zemler, stated that he is also practiced at keeping secrets. Who would he play exactly? I guess Palpatine, young Palpatine? Maybe not. I think it'd be a cool Sith or, you know, Dark Sider. Maybe one of the Knights of Ren, I guess. Again, one of those movies I'm having a hard time being excited for. Actually, I'm just not excited, but I'm curious. I'll give them that. I'm curious at best. Curious to see how it goes. Oh my god. Yeah. So Galaxy's Edge, 31st, May 31st in California, August 29th for Florida. Alcohol will be allowed at Oga's Cantina. And here are some of the cocktails. Sweet Blue Milk. And another one is called Citrusy Green Milk. Just thought I'd pass that info to you. Very strange. Nerdist reported, we're going to move back on to Captain Marvel apparently. Stan Lee's cameo in Captain Marvel finds him. This is cool. Have you guys ever seen Mallrats? It's a neat little Kevin Smith movie from the 90s. I liked it. At the time, I liked Clerks, and I also liked Dogma. I'm not the biggest fan of Kevin Smith right now. He kind of plays the middle, but he leans left so hard. It's like, But anyway, at least he's not John Cambia, right? Yeah. But I liked Mallrats. It was a pretty cool movie. And Stan Lee happened to be in that movie. Well, apparently and spoilers right now, just so you know, apparently in Captain Marvel, he's going to be in a cameo scene in that movie where he is reading the script in 1995 for Mallrats. Clever little scene for him. I think that sounds cool, personally. So I wrote that down. And then, in addition to, like I was asking earlier when we were talking about Shazam, is Batman and Superman, since they're really in that universe with Billy Batson, and they're also doing the sort of marketing with toys and such to that universe's, you know, kids, is it the same with Stan Lee's Kevin Smith's Mallrats with Stan Lee in it, where Captain Marvel, you know, you might see her go by, and then you'll see Stan Lee, who at the time for Mallrats was writing some Hulk and Spider-Man things, and discusses that in the Mallrats movie, but then you see him reading the script for Mallrats, so it's confusing. It's interesting, but do superheroes exist in that universe? Of course they do, but are they just marketed as toys, or I don't know. It's interesting because Mallrats, in that case, Mallrats they had all these comic book nerds, you know, and they had actual, I'm at work, but hey, dude, hey, rookie, what's up, man? Thanks for listening at work, man. That's like me earlier with your Bandit Incorporated stream. It's tough, man. You got to do it, though, right? It's lots better than doing the actual work. Boss, I love work, man. Thank you for allowing me to work. Anyway, so Stan Lee's cameo. Yeah, I guess that superheroes live in the Mallrats reality as well. All right, so I did a video about this next thing, and honestly, it is frustrating. all of it's so frustrating. I don't want it to be anymore. I really don't. But gotta sweep and mop now, grr. That's okay. Thanks for coming by, Rook. No biggie, man. I'll watch when it's slow. Cool. No biggie. Anyway, Mark Hamill, I did a video about this. It feels swindled and hornswoggled. I don't know if you guys know what that hornswoggled word means, but he feels taken advantage of and lied to, basically. The swindled thing is the same. Like you got something and then it ended up being not quite what you wanted. But Mark Hamill, he said, remember this, guys. Back in 2016, gosh, he said, it was early 2017, I guess. Yeah, yep. He said, I fundamentally disagree with everything Rian Johnson decided with my character. And then what did we get? After that, we got The Last Jedi. Then, more recently, here's something he said. He said, as far as I'm concerned, this is just a few days ago. As far as I'm concerned, the end of 7 is really the beginning of 8. I got only one movie. They totally hornswoggled me. And that scares me, because the last time he said something was, I fundamentally disagree with everything, Rian Johnson came up with my character. And then we got The Last Jedi. Now he's saying I only got one movie. And the thing about that is, if you really think about it, then is he trying to tell us that he's really not in Episode 9 very much? And if that's the case, oh man, that's sad. That really sucks. The whole reason we really even got into watching The Force Awakens, went to the movie, was because we thought Luke was going to be in it, and he's in there for the last minute and 12 seconds, something like that. And then what they did with him in Last Jedi, and now he's going to be in it just a little bit. Hey, Lucasfilm, I don't want to see Rey and Finn and Poe totally, doing all that. I want to see Luke Skywalker. Hey, glad to see you back, Rev Kev. Thanks for joining, bro. Still want to see Luke kick ass. I want to see him absolutely do all the cool Jedi stuff, powers we've never seen before. I know that some people would disagree with me, but I would like to see Luke alive. Yes, that's right. T's Fandom Grows says, I want them to have Luke alive and Master Jedi, as a Master Jedi. Endgame has two ending, one with her. Oh yeah, that's right. Has two endings, one with her and one with Black Widow and Captain taking out Thanos. They're on to us. They're listening. They complain a lot about us, but they know that we're angry, and they also fear us. They fear that we actually have the power to cause them to lose millions and millions of dollars. They put it out in the media like it's not that big a deal, like we're just, 53,000 trolls that they had to delete. But we're more than that. We know this. Look at Solo. Not only that, like practically the entire Chinese market agrees with us. So we'll see how that goes, won't we? Yeah, you're right. 2 endings. How interesting is that? You're right. I'm sure, I don't know. You remember earlier when I said, did they want Captain Marvel to fail? Did they want it to fail? I don't think they would have. But why do they continue to allow Brie to say these things? Why did they allow, Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy to say the things they said? It's just baffling, honestly. Where was I? So Mark Hamill feels swindled and hornswoggled, and we do too. And it kind of insinuates that he's not going to be in the movie very much. What's up, Jason Clark? Thanks for coming by, friend. Awesome, dude. So we'll see. Whatever happens, happens. I don't know. I know one part of Star Wars that I love, and I have loved for the longest time, and that's the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars is coming back this October. Again, a reason I will probably be purchasing Disney Plus. Clone Wars is just, they did it right. Dave Filoni, come on. So, Clone Wars is returning in late October, early November. Meanwhile, at Star Wars Celebration this April, they intend to reveal 3 animated Star Wars series panels with no animated series announcements. They will be covering the Rebels series, the Clone Wars, and Resistance. I don't know if you guys like Resistance. I don't. I can't stand it. I tried to like it, but no can do. So Rebels, Resistance, and Clone Wars are likely to be covered. What do you guys, what do you guys want to see in Clone Wars? I'll tell you what I want to see. I want to see a good ending to Ahsoka's story arc. I don't want to see her end like dead or anything, but yeah, Resistance is garbage, Rev Kev. That's right, brother. That is garbage. You could probably look back at just about anybody's videos and they just don't get high praise. But what do you guys want to see in Clone Wars? I want to see Ahsoka, being not a Jedi. I guess you want to see, definitely more Captain Rex, Rev Kev. Definitely. Ahsoka and Captain Rex actually hang out in the book Ahsoka. I say hang out, but like they're together when the whole Order 66 goes down, and he relinquishes his guns and she relinquishes her lightsabers. I think he left his helmet too. I can't remember. But anyway, they get stuck together. So I want to see how the show moves up to that point, Order 66. It would be great to see some Order 66 within the ending episodes of the show. That would be super awesome. We know she lives because later on she ends up with Sabine Wren in Rebels. And Rebels, yes, Mallrats. Yeah, awesome, T. And Rebels ended in a very strange way. You had Ezra Bridger in the ship with Thrawn. I can't remember. I think they're called Purrgil. Does that sound right? The big whales that can go light speed. What's up, James Clark? Hey, brother, back at you, man. Fist bump, bro. Thanks for coming by. The whales, the flying space whales, whatever those are. So they rip into the ship and they trap Thrawn because Ezra reaches into the Force and makes it so, and then they zap out of the Lothal at light speed with the windows technically open because they were smashed open. Then at the end you see Ahsoka and Sabine having gone through, I guess, the portal, maybe? The weird time gate thing. And they're coming together right at the end of Return of the Jedi. That era. That sounds really fun to me. I'd like to see anything to do with all of that. Clone Wars is just a magnificent show. I think we all agree. Excuse me. And so that would be cool. What do you guys want to see with Clone Wars other than more Captain Rex? Rebels was good too. Yep. Rev Kev, Rebels, I didn't like the animation. I wasn't a big fan of the animation style. It grew on me a little bit. Like, it's so much better than Resistance, of course, but just not on par with the Clone Wars. But the story writing was so rich. And Ventress. Oh, Ventress. I know what happened to her, Rev Kev. There was the Jedi with the yellow stripe across his eyes. Oh, God, what's his name? Anyway, he was ordered by the Jedi Council to meet up with Ventress because Ventress wanted to take down Dooku, and they were supposed to work together to do just that, and they ended up falling in love. That guy with the yellow stripe, oh, I'm so sorry I can't remember his name, guys. Let's see if y'all remember. But anyway, that guy. So they fell in love. He left the Jedi Order, and I think he went dark side, and then got back out of it. For whatever reason, they separated. I think he dies, or she dies. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's in a book. That's right. I can't remember the name of it. And I haven't read it. I've just watched a lot of YouTube, so I'm not at liberty to say, but I would like to read it myself, actually, if you find out what that is. Yeah, so Then there's a rumored animated series that would have Sabine Wren and Ahsoka, but then that was debunked as a picture that was gifted to Filoni. Man, I was excited about that because I like Ahsoka. I love Ahsoka. One of the best Star Wars characters to come out of the Clone Wars. And the Clone Wars did something else too, guys. It actually fixed in sort of a way. Fixed is a big word. I think that it really complemented the prequels rather well. It accentuated all of the relationship between Anakin and Obi-Wan as brothers. It enriched the romance between Anakin and Padme, Panda Bear, and it just lended more story and background to the clones themselves, which was sorely missing in the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith. But if you watch the Clone Wars, it really does kind of fix it, I guess, and then go back and watch the prequels. It does make them better. It really does. And it does leave you wondering, I wish that they really would have some of those scenes from the Clone Wars in the prequels. I would have loved to seen Ahsoka in there, but that's a question right there, because a lot of people say, well, they don't want to see a real Ahsoka, like a live action Ahsoka. Man, I think I would. She'd have to be just right, because what did Filoni do? Just create her out of thin air? Like, did he look at a model, a person, to get her face? And I don't know. But it'd be hard to make her just perfect. Thanks, Rev Kev. Yeah, I do it. Yeah, I think it filled out the prequels really well, man. And I can't wait to see where they go with it. There was a lot of back and forth about whether the prequels were good. I liked them. I liked them great. They were more than just fine. They had their faults. They had mistakes, and just like any good franchise, there's that bad movie or that bad group of movies. Just look at Terminator. Holy crap. Can't get that right. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to be right. You've got Linda Hamilton back, and what appears to be more politics. Well, we'll move on from that. But the Clone Wars, yeah, season 7, right? Man, it's going to be great. Cannot wait for that. But, yep, the rumored Sabine Wren and Ahsoka animated series ended up being just a picture gifted to Filoni. I'm going to check the chat here. T's Phantom Gross says Luke better be in it more than a little bit, right? If he's just like a Force ghost and kind of not in it a lot, I'll probably walk out of the theater. I mean, guys, I've had it up to here. I'm completely finished, just completely finished with it. I want to see Luke. We all just want to see Luke being a badass, I don't know. I agree with you. And James Clark liked Samuel L. Jackson. Yes, I like Samuel L. Jackson too. I like his acting. I don't agree with his politics, but to be honest, he keeps it out of the public eye, and that's cool. So we're good, man. I haven't seen Captain Marvel yet, obviously, James, but we will see, right? We will see. I mentioned this earlier. My son and I are going to the movie tomorrow. We're going to go see Alita Battle Angel and then sneak into Captain Marvel. I know I'm repeating myself, but that's for all you guys out there that didn't hear that. Agreed. Luke was our dude. Yes, James. He really was, man. He really was. Rev Kev, I'm going to read every single spoiler and want to know everything before I spend a nickel on episode 9. Yep. Rev Kev, I mean, it's probably a good idea to just go ahead and see it. I mean, do look at the spoilers and make sure you know what you're going to spend your money on. I plan on seeing it, but I'm not going to spend money on it either. I mean, at all, actually. I say this every time I have a stream. You guys know that. I'm not going to repeat myself again, but it's a good idea to see every single bit of information. Rev Kev says, can't have my heart broken again. Me neither, brother. Me neither. Based on what Mark Hamill. See, I call Mark Hamill Luke. That's bad. It's just I grew up looking at him and saying that's Luke, my whole life really. He said, and I'm going to repeat myself from about 20 minutes ago, but I fundamentally disagree with everything Ryan Johnson. What was Ryan Johnson created with my character or whatever, paraphrasing. And then just recently, again, he came out and said he's frustrated, he feels hornswoggled and swindled. He only got one movie. If you only got one movie, that means he's not in episode 9 very much. So he's probably a Force ghost, and I'm probably walking out. But yeah, can't have my heart broken again either, brother. All right, so I try to keep it positive. It's just, guys, it kind of flows right into more negative news, unfortunately. But here is, this is where I was going to talk about. We got this covered, talking about Rotten Tomatoes deleting 50,000 reviews. The Rotten Tomatoes score sits at 36%. This could have been from earlier. The numbers might have changed by now. Of course, this is censorship in an alternate form. Again, a company has every right to do what they want. It's still, though, it's weird. Trying to tell the entire world what they can or can't like. It's not right. Not right. How, in your opinion, how does deleting 53,000 reviews help? How does it help at all? In my opinion, it's an unworded statement. It's a statement through action that you can't trust our website. I was growing up in a way that, I was learning what good customer service was. I watched my parents get, crappy deals. I watched them get good deals, and I learned that you need to find someone that you want to buy something from, and learn all about them and trust them if you so want to, and then purchase. It has to be a win on both sides. When you go to a website, it's just a website and it's a company. When you go to that same website and you're looking at a poll, or even like on Twitter, what if I put a poll up that said, "Did you like Captain Marvel?" And then I put one answer that said yes, and the other one said, like, I don't know, other, explain, or just take the other away. You could only say yes. It's you wouldn't trust my poll. You'd be like, well, I'm not answering that shit. Even if you like the movie, you're like, well, how am I going to know who did or didn't like the movie? It's retarded, man. It's retarded. Retarded. I mean that in a very nice way. Brie Larson was quoted as saying, yep, intersectional feminism, that's pretty much it. Well, guys, I've gone quite a while. Looks like Splazzed Out is asleep over there. And, well, for all you guys that came by, thank you. I'm going to read y'all's names off. Tease Phantom Grove, and Rev Kev, Sebastian Nocturne, and Jeff W, rookie, and Jason Clark, James Clark, yep, and some people I can't see because they're not in the chat. For all you that did come by, thanks for coming by and hanging out with